Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the University of Baltimore School of Law's first ever virtual Alumni Award celebration. I'm Ronald Weich, Dean of the School of Law. This past year has been, to say the least, challenging, but our incredible faculty, staff, alumni, and students came together in many ways to support our community and to continue our law school's mission of educating the next generation of exceptional and principled lawyers, and to contribute and promote efforts that achieve justice in our community. Now, one highlight each year is the opportunity to recognize outstanding UB Law alumni through our Distinguished Alumni Awards program. Typically, we would celebrate our awards recipients together in person with big hugs. But even though this year we cannot do that, the importance of honoring our alumni requires that the ceremony must go on. So thank you for joining us virtually, and we are thrilled today to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of these rising stars, these shining stars, and to capture them here in this program. The extraordinary contributions of University of Baltimore School of Law alumni makes us all very, very proud. At this time, I would like to introduce the current president of the School of Law Alumni Board, Jasmine Pope. Jasmine will join me in recognizing our Alumni Award recipients. Jasmine?
Thank you, Dean Weich. Hello, everyone, and thank you for being a part of the 2020-2021 UB Law Alumni Award ceremony. As president of the Law Alumni Board, I'm thrilled to be able to work with my fellow board members to recognize and honor the outstanding contributions of UB Law alum through this awards program. I would like to specifically thank the Alumni Board's Outreach Committee, especially the chair of that committee, Lauren Lake, for all of their hard work. The Outreach Committee, which oversees the Alumni Awards process, received and reviewed nearly 40 nominations this year. The School of Law's Distinguished Alumni Awards program recognizes alum in 5 distinct categories. The committee's process is a thoughtful and thorough one, and committee members devote their consideration and attention to each nomination and set a high standard as they review accomplishments, diversity, and loyalty to the university. During our program, Dean Weich and I will introduce each award category, and we will hear special remarks from our award recipients.
This year's recipients truly embody the spirit of our law school. Each is making a difference and inspiring excellence in the legal community. You can read about them and our Alumni Awards program on the law school's website. Now, let's get started. We begin our program with the Dean's Award. This is the highest honor given by the School of Law to its alumni. The Dean's Award recognizes outstanding contributions and extraordinary service, commitment, and dedication to the School of Law community and to the legal profession. Any graduate of the University of Baltimore School of Law is eligible to receive this award. Well, this year, I'm pleased to recognize alumnus Barry Chasen as the recipient of the 2021 Dean's Award. Barry started his firm, Chasen Boscolo, soon after graduating from UB. And throughout his more than 40 distinguished years practicing law, Barry has taken great pride in the fact that his legal work focuses on serving the underdog. His professional and philanthropic efforts focus on helping underprivileged communities obtain equal representation in and access to the justice system. Most recently, Barry and his wonderful wife, Lynn, established the Fund for Social and Racial Justice within the law school clinical program as a tool for our clinical faculty and students to fight injustice in Maryland communities and beyond. Additionally, Barry's service to the university includes serving on the university's foundation board, the Law School Advisory Council, and the Dean's Development Circle. So it is for this reason that I am so delighted to honor Barry Chasen with the Dean's Award.
I grew up less than 2 miles from the University of Baltimore. We were really poor. My father drove a cab. Somehow my parents instilled in me the idea that I could be anything that I wanted to be. And at age 12, I decided that I wanted to be a lawyer. 7 years later, my father, who was 51, suffered a fatal heart attack. Our house was repossessed. Our car was repossessed. I was going to college at night, not taking enough credits to get deferred, and I got drafted. I went to Vietnam when I got out of the Army. I finished college at night. I applied to both Baltimore area law schools. I got waitlisted at one, and UB admitted me. So for the last 41 years, I've represented underdogs. It actually comes naturally to me because I am an underdog. My firm, Chase & Buscolo, represents people who have either been hurt on the job, regardless of fault, or who have been injured elsewhere because of the negligence of others. Without lawyers who do what I do, the people that I represent would not have a chance. Even with us, the deck is stacked against them. I can't imagine doing anything more rewarding than the work that I've done. Not a week goes by that I'm not inspired by my clients. My wife Lynn and I hate injustice in any form. And for that reason, we created the Lynn and Barry Chasen Fund for Racial and Social Justice. Over the course of my life, once again with the exception of my wife Lynn, no one or no thing has had more impact on my life than my legal education at the University of Baltimore.
Next, we would like to recognize the recipient of the Byron L. Warnken Alumni Award. This award, which is named after the legendary professor known as Mr. UB, recognizes a graduate who has enhanced the reputation of the law school and the legal profession by consistently demonstrating excellence in their practice through high ethical standards, commitment to community service, and commitment to mentoring law students and fellow attorneys. This year's recipient of the Byron L. Warnken Alumni Award is Isabel Cumming. Isabel Cumming is the first woman and first Latina Inspector General for the City of Baltimore. Since being appointed in 2018, Isabel has grown the office from 4 to 17 staff members, led Baltimore's voters through a charter amendment to make the office of the Inspector General independent of the city, and has established the office as a credible and competent oversight authority in investigating allegations of misconduct. Similarly, as Professor Warnken was a devoted mentor to many students, Isabel has touched the lives of countless students and fellow attorneys through her work. Isabel serves as a classroom speaker, participates in the law school's mentoring program, and hires current students, all while mentoring our aspiring lawyers as they gain experience in the legal field.
I want to sincerely thank the University of Baltimore School of Law for this tremendous honor. The University of Baltimore means more to me than you can imagine. It was over 40 years ago in 1980 that I graduated from high school here in Baltimore and wrote in my yearbook that my future was going to be college and law school. Well, like many, I was not able to go directly into law school after graduating. I was struggling to make ends meet, knowing that I would have to work full-time and go to law school at night. And it was the University of Baltimore School of Law that gave me that type of opportunity. So in 1990, 10 years after writing my future, I actually started at the University of Baltimore School of Law. And it was the most amazing program. And it was an evening program, but they treated us the same as any day student. We had the same administration, the same amazing faculty, including Byron Warnken, who this award is named after. And most importantly, I had the most diverse classmates who were some of the most inspirational people I have ever met. The fact that so many are now judges and partners and true pillars of our community is no surprise to me. Because you see, UB taught us far more than just a strong respect for the law. It taught us ethics and integrity have to be a part of our everyday life. It taught us that we need to pay it forward, we need to mentor, and we need to look out for fellow alumni. And I try to do that every single day. So the University of Baltimore community is one that I will forever be grateful and humbled that I am a part of. And I thank you so much for giving me this award. It means the world.
Our third award category is the Distinguished Judicial Award. Many UB alumni have and continue to make their mark through their service on the bench. In fact, more than a third of the state court judges in Maryland are University of Baltimore law graduates. The Distinguished Judicial Award recognizes one of those judges who has demonstrated extraordinary dedication to the rule of law, to the administration of justice, and who is considered a role model in the legal community. So the 2021 recipient of the Distinguished Judicial Award is my friend, Judge Stuart Berger. Judge Berger is the highest-ranking UB alumni judge in Maryland. Well, that's not quite true, because Chief Judge Mary Ellen Barbera actually spent a year at UB before transferring to some other school down the street. But Judge Berger serves on Maryland's Intermediate Appellate Court, the Court of Special Appeals, and he has since 2012. Prior to his appointment to that court, Judge Berger served on the Circuit Court of Baltimore City for more than a decade. Anyone who has had the pleasure to appear before Judge Berger will attest to his reputation as a truly impartial and intellectually rigorous member of the Maryland judiciary. Judge Berger also takes great pride in serving as a mentor to UB law students. He repeatedly hires our graduates to serve as his clerks. In fact, his past 3 law clerks have come from UB. So we are honored to recognize his many contributions to the Maryland legal community with this award, and I congratulate Judge Stuart Berger as this year's recipient of the Distinguished Judicial Award.
I want to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the University of Baltimore School of Law for this wonderful recognition. As a judge for 9 years on the Court of Special Appeals and 13 years before that on the Circuit Court for Baltimore City, I have had the privilege of presiding over virtually every imaginable type of case in our court system and authored over 600 written opinions. Nevertheless, what has been most meaningful and rewarding to me serving on both courts has been serving as a mentor for the 25 law clerks who have worked with me during my 22 years with the Maryland judiciary. Indeed, many of those law clerks are graduates from the University of Baltimore School of Law. I was most fortunate to have a mentor, Albert Figinski, when I started the practice of law after graduating from the University of Baltimore School of Law in 1984. Since my appointment to the Circuit Court in November of 1998, I have endeavored to mentor my law clerks and impart life lessons to them that go far beyond the practice of law. I take a tremendous amount of pride in their careers and in their personal lives. I take a great deal of satisfaction in the valuable contributions they make to our profession and to our society. Lastly, I want to thank the University of Baltimore School of Law for the hard work the law school has done in shaping the future leaders of our profession, in serving justice, promoting civility, and raising the quality of personal relationships in our society, as well as the dignity of our legal profession. I'm deeply flattered and humbled to receive this distinct honor. Thank you so very much.
Our next award category is the Rising Star Award. This award recognizes a recent graduate who is already making significant leadership and service contributions to the legal community and to the School of Law. Alumni who have graduated in the past 5 years are eligible to receive this award. This year's recipient of the Rising Star Award is James Torrance. Since the age of 13, James Torrance has dedicated his life's work to serving and contributing to his community. In 2010, James served as a legislative aide and interim chief of staff to Verma Jones Rodwell, a former state senator. In 2015, he worked for the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, supporting investigations in securities and communication industries. James worked full-time through law school, also earning a degree in negotiation and conflict management from UB. His passion for ensuring quality education for all led him to his current position as a recently elected member of the Baltimore City Council, where he specializes in policy making, strategy, and compliance with Baltimore City Public Schools.
Hello, I'm Councilman James Torrance of the 7th Councilmanic District of Baltimore City. Thank you to the University of Baltimore for extending this honor to me. I'm humbled by this honor, but also it reminds me of the role that I must take as a person in the legal community, but also as an elected official in Baltimore City. I think about the words of Charles Hamilton Houston, where a person can either choose to be a social engineer or a parasite on society. Each day I choose to be a social engineer. I think about the missteps that occurred in my own personal life with my mother and how she, as a returning citizen, was denied access to healthcare, housing, employment, and how that impacted our family greatly. And I think about the everyday life of citizens in my district who are returning citizens, many of whom have the same barriers, but also, sadly enough, a large number of them have become murder victims in Baltimore City. So each day I think about the work in terms of how do we change the words that matter, that provides those opportunities so that those persons, as well as any citizen in this city, can thrive. So each day I work towards that. And I'm proud to have UB as a partner as well. Thank you to Professor Lee for not only the nomination, but being a partner in the work of leading the city in a different direction. Thank you, Dean Weish, and thank you to the Alumni Association for extending this honor. And may you continue to be great persons and as well as a great institution in Baltimore.
Our last award category is the Judge Robert M. Bell Award. As I mentioned earlier, 2 pillars of the law school's mission are to promote justice and to engage in public service that improves the quality of people's lives. This award, named for the fabulous former Chief Judge of the Maryland Court of Appeals, Robert M. Bell, embodies the critical work of our law school and recognizes a graduate who has demonstrated a commitment to public service and social justice during his or her career. The 2021 recipient of the Judge Robert M. Bell Award is Jill Myers. Jill's career as a public servant is truly remarkable. After graduating from the School of Law, she began her career with Maryland Legal Aid, representing abused and neglected children, providing a voice to those who couldn't help themselves. She then became a state prosecutor and a special assistant U.S. attorney, where she worked tirelessly to safeguard Maryland communities. Jill currently serves as director of the School of Law Enforcement and Justice Administration at Western Illinois University. In this role, she advances public safety initiatives and has developed new courses that prepare students to address concerns of that community. Jill has published several books on criminal and juvenile justice reform and serves as a role model through her admirable mentorship and board service. Congratulations to Jill Myers, the recipient of this year's Judge Robert M. Bell Award.
It is such an incredible honor to receive this award. My University of Baltimore law degree has allowed me to pay forward the opportunities that were provided to me. As an evening student, I was able to attend the program while working full-time. It enabled me to have 3 incredible career opportunities. First, with legal aid, representing abused and neglected children. Second, as a prosecutor representing the citizens of Baltimore City and the nation from harm and threats of violence. And now third, as the director of the School of Law Enforcement and Justice Administration at Western Illinois University, where I educate future public safety criminal justice practitioners. In my current position, my law degree has afforded me the ability to educate literally thousands of next-generation public safety professionals who go on to careers in all 50 states and beyond. My students come from diverse backgrounds to become officers, agents, and leaders at state, local, and federal agencies, including the FBI, Secret Service, state police, FEMA, Homeland Security, and an assortment of law enforcement, emergency management, corrections, law, and juvenile justice agencies and positions. Because the University of Baltimore gave me, an impoverished working female with a family, the opportunity to learn, I've been able to significantly leave my fingerprint on and meaningfully address the critical social justice and constitutional issues surrounding law enforcement today. The most rewarding part is that I'm able to see firsthand the incredible reach my education has to positively impact essential frontline public safety professionals of today and tomorrow, and to hopefully make an actual difference all over the nation. Thank you again for this incredible award.
Jasmine, what an amazing group of accomplished alumni. It's so inspiring to see an incredible representation of everything the law school stands for. I want to thank you again for your dedicated leadership and service in making sure that the achievements of our alumni have been properly recognized this year.
Thank you, Dean Weish. And on behalf of the entire School of Law Alumni Board, thank you for your partnership and support in our efforts in creating a more engaged alumni community. We hope you enjoyed hearing about our alumni and their careers, and I hope you come away with a new appreciation for all the University of Baltimore School of Law and its alumni have to offer. Please consider becoming involved with the Law Alumni Board. There are numerous ways to get involved. You can get involved by hiring our students for internships or full-time positions, through board or committee service, or by mentoring current students and recent graduates. You can contact our alumni office for more information.
Congratulations again to all of our award recipients. Thank you for setting a great example of what it means to be a University of Baltimore School of Law graduate. Each of you demonstrates the value of a UB Law degree. Thank you for joining us for this virtual Distinguished Alumni Awards ceremony.